what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Jay-Z, you are still reeling from this groundbreaking lawsuit that you were joined in by Tony Busby. Now, listen, let me tell y'all something. This 13-year-old is suing Diddy, and she swears she has proof. She has receipts. She's also joined Jay-Z's name in. Now, we said last night, Alex Sparrow, because I don't believe for a second Jay-Z wrote that statement by himself. Not that Jay-Z's not smart enough to, it just don't sound like him. Alex Sparrow, we said, Jay-Z's lawyer, you got 24 hours to respond to this. What say ye? Well, guess what? Jay-Z has refused to pull any receipts. And his defense is, y'all been knowing me for so long. Why would I do that? That is not a defense, but it seems like it's a defense that Jay-Z is going for, okay? Now, some people are saying, yo, well, Jay-Z didn't have time. This was last minute. No, he wants us to think it's last minute. He filed a lawsuit against Tony Busby for extortion, not for defamation, not for lies. He's not even challenging that you guys realize that even in a statement, he's not challenging. At this point, that might change, that the victim is lying or making up stuff. He's challenging the fact that he's a father and this is a money grab. And Tony Busby is an ambulance chaser, but an ambulance chaser that at the end of the day, the fact that Jay-Z and his brethren are trying to act like Tony Busby is an ambulance chaser, and that might be true. The Art of Dialogue, which platform we respect very much, said everybody from Houston knows that Tony Busby is a scam attorney. As soon as I found out he was behind the lawsuit, I knew it was a lie. Okay, but this is the exact wording so many times that's being retweeted. Again, it seems like to me, Jay-Z also has his people repeating the same exact talking points, word for word about Tony Busby. So it's obviously coordinated. But again, how are you making ad hominem attacks and not going and pulling receipts for, well, viable receipts, we'll talk about the receipts he gave, pulling receipts for what this girl is actually saying, or girl at the time is actually saying? It's an odd thing. It's obviously coordinated, okay, about him being a scam lawyer from Houston. And honestly, it doesn't make any sense. Somebody's suing you and using every trick in the book to make sure you pay their client who claims to be wrong. That's not a scam to me. I mean, honestly, is Jay-Z's lawyers a scam? Are Diddy's lawyers scam artists? Again, get this. Now hear me out. Tony Busby may or may not be a scumbag. I don't know Tony Busby. Truth be told, I don't know Jay-Z either. Truth be told, as if that was ever in question. I don't know Jay-Z. We just know a few songs. We know him from Instagram pictures. We know him from kneecapping Colin Kirkpatrick, Black Lives Matter movement against the NFL. We also know him as recently getting behind that lawsuit to hold the Kansas City police deputy or whatever that was raping women, to hold him accountable. We know him by this, like, you see what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I don't know Tony Busby. Maybe he is a scumbag, right? Maybe he is. Maybe people that met him say that he definitely gives those vibes. But this is a lawyer that got huge settlements from Astroworld, $100 million from BP, and got a statement for a lot of a settlement for a lot of Deshaun Watson victims. Again, y'all really trying to act like this lawyer is just making stuff up, but at the end of the day, you're attacking the lawyer. Why not sue the girl for defamation? Why not sue Tony Busby for defamation? Why sue him for extortion, where Tony Busby says that he can clearly prove. Again, he can prove without a doubt that he never asked for money, and he asked for mediation. And all that stuff came to fail. In any case, everybody's been wondering, yo, okay, at least I was like, yo, you got 24 hours to respond. Where is your defense? Listen, Where is Jay-Z's defense? And whoever is pushing this defense, which I think is coming from, you can't tell me you're not this man's ops, because this is the dumbest defense ever. I hope you have something else. For those saying, oh, well, he just found out, he don't got time. He sued Tony Busby. Cassie was literally wrangling with Diddy for a settlement from the beginning of first quarter of 2023 until November when she filed that lawsuit. It is normal in these type of lawsuits for people trying to get a monetary settlement, because at the end of the day, the victims don't want to have their private lives upended, and neither do the celebrities, right? So you knew this was coming. You knew that they were trying to get mediation. You knew they were trying to keep this quiet. And you still decided to let it go public. Now that is your choice, but you knew it was coming. So if you knew it was coming, Tony Busby said that you've been investigating him, following him, trying to do this, trying to do that. Again, I don't know any of them. And let me just implore, neither do you. I'm not meaning to say it like that, but do you see what I'm saying? So at this point, the only person that I am giving more weight to is a 13-year-old that said she was violated. That's who I'm giving weight to. A 13-year-old that said she was violated. Okay? And when somebody says stuff like that, because stuff like that is not said every day, we have to give it eyes and ears and attention. And we have to investigate past, oh, you're rich, you're powerful, you have some hits. Because let me tell you something. If it was somebody that Jay-Z loved and somebody Jay-Z cared about, he won't want this the same. He won't want us to give the same grace to the victim. So, getting back to these receipts, right? This is what the receipts that he got in basically 2 months of sending investigators, according to Tony Busby, and this and that. On the night of the accused crime, this is from the Rock Supremacy. Jay-Z was at a nightclub in Manhattan for the VMA's after party. Diddy threw a separate after party in New Jersey. First of all, this is the stupidest defense I've ever seen. How far do people that don't live in New York actually think New Jersey is from New York City? That is a 15-minute drive from Manhattan, especially if you're at a club and it's 2 a.m. in the morning. You cannot be serious. You act like he was having a party in Las Vegas. It is a 15-minute drive from Midtown Manhattan, okay? And it can easily be proven whether or not Jay-Z was at Diddy's after party. Because remember, she said there was a party at a mansion, and then there was a party inside that party. You cannot be serious. Again, right? The Rock Supremacy then also said, keep in mind, Jay-Z was also out on bail for the stabbing of Lance Rivera at the time. If you think he's dumb enough to commit more crimes while jail time is dangling over his head, you'll believe anything. We're all going to see how it plays out. Keep that same energy. Let me tell you something. I will keep the same energy. And if I'm wrong, I will give a full apology. But baby, you don't get to live in a world where a 13-year-old says such heinous things, and we literally are going up because we liked reasonable doubt. Like, what is going on? Again, I get it. Innocent and proven guilty, but we believed the 13-year-old when she first came out. But now there's somebody y'all like, oh, you don't want to hear it? Again, I'm waiting for the evidence to come out. Jay-Z had time to run an investigation. Where are the results of the investigation? Where is the proof that he was not at the after party? And being in Manhattan at the VMAs, right, means you can't be in Jersey. Let's also not forget that the driver said that he picked up Jay-Z and Diddy, and there are driver logs. Anyway, let me get back into this, right? Because whoever's running that account for the Rock Supremacy, when I read that, I said, is this a secret op? Because why would you even think it's a good defense to remind people about Jay-Z's stabbing case? This makes him look even more like Diddy. A lot of young people didn't even know about this. This will make people go down a rabbit hole and dig up old Jay-Z dirt that he did before his rebrand of Old Money and Above It All. Okay? Listen, at the end of the day, 56 responded to this. He said, okay, I don't know what's going on, But are we going to still have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend. And then he promoted his cognac and his brands. Listen, the internet is squawking, right? They said this must be a lawsuit. They said was being shopped around lawyers. The female celeb in the blinds on that one is MJB. We don't know who the female celeb was, right? Another person said fake psychics. Does this mean Jay-Z was listening to Sloan Bella's videos? Ethical Hater on Twitter said, file a criminal suit instead of a civil one, since what you accuse me of is so heinous. Is an awful defense, by the way. And Diamante said this, Jay-Z has been besties with Diddy for about 30 years. It's kind of illogical to assume his hands are completely clean from Diddy's filth. Regardless, the truth will come out. I'm waiting for the receipts of Jay-Z to prove exactly where it was and why this girl has to be lying. Jay-Z was very, very popular back then. He was a hot commodity. Back then, there was no Ubers, so there were car companies and drivers. There are people that will attest where he was and why he couldn't have been at that after party. That's all they need for the people at the after party. That's all they need, again, is for these people at the after party to say that he was not there and they never saw him. Yeah, again, clock's still ticking. Said y'all had 24 to 48 hours to respond. And this defense of it couldn't have been me because I was in Midtown, New York, and the after party was in Jersey. Baby, that is 15 minutes over the bridge. Listen, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to talk to you later. Bye.